Hello guys, welcome to Genius Developer. Today we are going to discuss one of the very important and very popular concept of Java guys, OOPS concept. This topic is very important for interview purpose and also for development purpose for developing any kind of application guys. So what are the OOPS concepts available in Java? Here is a very clear explanation of OOPS concept with real example, guys. So OOPS stands for Object Oriented Programming System. It is a concept. It is a concept or logic to develop a system or application. So OOPS concept in Java mainly like Java is an object oriented programming language. It is basically developed on the concepts of objects and classes. Every object are real world entities or things that exist in the world. This is very important line, guys. Every object which we can see or we can touch or we can think like uh, any object which have some like properties or some like uh, some behavior that is called real entity object. So if we give example like a car, a pen, a person, a bike, a bus, a train, a flight, even a laptop or a mobile, all those are just an object, guys. They will have some properties and some behavior. So almost everything that exists in the world and you can think about it, it is an object, guys. If we see around of us, we will get lot of objects, any objects we can get anywhere. So what is the use of OOPS in concept of objects? So OOPS provide a way to model or design a real world objects or real world entities into software systems or in software application. So when like we develop any software application or system, so they will follow some concept of the objects, like how we can develop some objects into software system as a virtual object. So there are below key OOPS concept in Java. Mainly there are guys this class, object, inheritance, polymorphism, abstraction, and encapsulation. So let's first talk about the class because everything start in Java from class only. So we will start from class and from class only we create the objects. So first we will create and then like we will start from the class, then we will create the object, then further we will see other OOPS concepts. So class. So what is a class, guys? This is the basic concept and the most important thing in Java. If you understand the class and objects, so you can understand every topic, every concepts in Java, guys. So a class is a blueprint or template, or we can say it is a frame for creating objects. A class is a blueprint or template or frame for creating objects. A class defines properties, attributes, or fields or variables, and behaviors like methods and functions. So a class mostly having two things, guys, state and behavior. State is called like properties or attributes, and behavior is method and functions. So usually it defines this properties into class. So a class can create infinite number of objects. So objects are getting created from the class, guys, and one class can create multiple objects, many number of objects, guys, as per the requirement of the application, as per the uses, it can create number of objects, guys. But it stores some certain memory area, so it will create some limited objects into JVM memory as per the system requirement or application requirement. So let's look one small example, guys, of class to understanding the class and class some class members. So here I have defined one class and I have taken some fields like I have defined class car and I have taken their brand name and car maximum speed and I have implemented one method drive and we are getting the detail of max speed and the brand name. So let us see in the code, guys, in detail. So here I have defined one class car. So class car is, guys, see, this will have two properties: brand name, like string brand name, and in max speed. This is called two properties or two fields, or we can say states of the class. And now it will have one implemented like one method or function. This is called behavior. This will have it is having one behavior y drive. So suppose any car like it can drive on based on their feature like 200 kilometer per hour, 300 kilometer per hour. It will drive accordingly for their feature, different features. So I am printing this brand name and max speed. Now here in main method, guys, in main method I am just creating the object of same class, this car class, guys. So here I'm creating car1 equal to new car. So before going to object, we'll see the what object says. So according to the object concept, an object is an instance of a class. And object contains state and behavior. Means state means attributes or fields, and behavior means whatever the methods available into the class. So it will mainly have two things, only states and behavior, and this is instance of class. Right? So state and behavior, two things it will have. This we should remember. So same logic here I have written. Let us see on the code. So this is most important line, guys, of Java coding. Car C1 equal to new car. So it is creating the object of this car class. Car I have defined an object I am creating from this all the car definition, guys. So this line have two parts. One part is before equal and other part is right side of the equal. So left side of the equal part, it is just a reference, guys. This is car reference, this class reference. Car, car1, this is object reference. And right side, this is the actual object of the car class, new car. It will hold all the data related car. So here now we know that object what can have. Only two things object can have, guys. One attributes or like fields and other thing behavior. Behavior means methods. So this object car1, it is calling car1 dot brand name. It will calling this. Actually, this is the attribute. Brand name is the attribute of this car, and here it is setting this Tesla. And same now car1 calling the max speed, and here it is setting this speed 200 for Tesla. And now car1 is calling this. It is calling this. Uh, sorry guys, calling drive method. Drive method is defined in car class. So this class it is getting called through car1 object reference. So this is guys, this is what, like, this is car1 call dot drive. This is main, like, behavior of this object. We can say object, or we can say this class, what behavior it is having, or function or method it is having. It is called object behavior. So car1 dot drive. Sorry guys. Okay. So see, as per the object definition, one class can create multiple objects, guys. So here I am creating one object and calling, and I am again creating another object, car2 equal to new car. For same car, I am creating another object, because car is the, we can say, main class, and we can create different car, like Tesla we can create, like we can create for Ferrari, we can create for Lamborghini, we can create for Rolls Royce, for any car, guys, for Maruti Suzuki, and we can create any car related objects, but we will use whatever the attributes and behavior it is defined in our car class for creating the object. So now we are creating the second object, car2, and car2 is calling this attribute or this property, and this is setting Ferrari, and now again it is car2 setting the max speed for Ferrari, and now we are calling the behavior or function of this object from this class, guys. Now here I had, sorry, this is some sample code I have written for system class. So I'm just removing, as of now not required this, guys. Will show you later that logic. So let's run this. What will be the output? So here after running, guys, we are getting here Tesla is running at 200 kilometer per hour and Ferrari is running at 300 kilometer per hour. So as we are, like, giving the implementation for, like, we are setting this for which type of car, it is calling those, like, drive method, those behavior it is calling here from this object. So that's why, guys, object behaves differently with different implementation, but class is will be having the same, guys. Only one class which can be, like, create multiple objects, and it can behave in different ways. Like this car class can create n number of infinite number of objects, like for Tesla, for Ferrari, for Lamborghini, or for any other car, guys. It can be used same class for creating any other car object. So I hope that is some clear points, guys. So let's going to next topic. So next concept is inheritance. So inheritance also one of the most important concept in Java, guys. So inheritance allows a new class to reuse properties and methods of an existing class. So it says that if we have already some class, we can reuse their features into another class. It promotes code reusability. Here is the simple syntax, guys. Any class child extends parent class. So here is the example. So I have derived one very nice example, guys. So this is like I have created one bike class and I have provided some fields and I have taken some subclasses Royal Enfield and KTM. These are the subclasses and these are reusing this property from the superclass, guys. So object can use attributes and behavior from the classes, guys. And this is inheritance. So we are using subclass here. So subclass object will be able to use this superclass like attributes. So we will see the example like in code, guys. So we have defined one class. Yes, guys. So I have defined one main class that is motor vehicle. Okay. So this is the main class motor vehicle. It will be using these classes bike, Royal Enfield, and KTM. So here, first, if we talk from like this class bike, guys. Bike is the main super class, guys. So bike will have only one field wheels. So it is the super class. It say that every bike having two wheels. They cannot have one wheels or three wheels or five wheels. They will have two wheels. And this property will be reused in every kind of bike. So here I am creating Royal Enfield extends bike. So Royal Enfield just it will give the property of speed 150, but it will have also property of this wheel. When it is not defining in this, it is defining only speed. And we have another class KTM. It will extend bike. So and it is setting this property KTM speed equal to 200. So as per their feature, they are setting their own speed. But super class feature, they all will be inherited. So here, this is the main class motor vehicle. So here we are creating the object of Royal Enfield, guys, and through Royal Enfield, we are calling this number of wheels directly. Even number of like those method is not in there, but it is calling from the super class, guys. Wheels and this are creating the object of KTM and KTM will call from superclass only. So let's see what will be the output. So here number of wheels in Royal Enfield 2 and number of wheels in KTM is 2. So guys, here is the like it is showing that how it is calling from these superclass properties directly without declaring into the subclasses. Likewise, we can call any method also, guys, or any behavior from the superclass to subclasses. So, okay, let's go to the next topic, guys. So next concept is polymorphism. So polymorphism, guys, one of the like mostly asked in the interviews, and also sometimes it used to confuse also to the like every like interviews. So there are like, but it is the very like we can say very tricky concept, guys. So polymorphism means many forms. The ability of an object or interface to call more than one form of action with the same method name. So polymorphism is the ability of an object or interface to call more than one form of action with the same method name. Here are the types of polymorphism, guys. Compile time polymorphism, this is called method overloading. Like same method name with different parameters. And second is the runtime polymorphism. This is called method overriding, guys. This will have same method name, same method parameter, but different implementations. So here is example of method overloading. So I have created one class, guys, shape. It will have area method. So same area method, it will be used two times. See, it is declared two times. It is for creating the area of rectangle and it is for creating the area of square. But it is having the same name, but it will call on the basis of the parameters, guys. So method overloading says that any method whose like parameters can be different in the number of parameters as type of parameters or order of the parameters. So let's see the method overloading. See in the code, guys. So here I have defined one class, a shape, guys. So this is the main class, guys, shape structure. So because I'm calling in this class from this shape class, guys. So this is the main class, like it will have main method. Which class will have main method, guys? That is called the main class. And from there only the main execution starts. And then only it is called the other classes and other methods. So here I have defined a class shape. Shape will have two methods, public int area and with two parameters int a, int b, and it will have another method public int area. It will have only single parameter int a. So here we are returning a star b means a into b, which is the area of rectangle, and here we are returning a star a like a into a. It will have area of the square, guys. So let's so in main class here we are creating the object of shape class, and now we are calling this s1 dot area. We are passing two parameters 5 and 10, so it will print the area of rectangle, and here we are calling s1 dot area. It will print the area of square, guys, as per the this implementation logic. So here it is printing the area of rectangle 50 and area of square 25, guys. So based on the logic implementation. Now let's go to another concept of object-oriented principle, guys. This method overriding. This is also called static binding. Sorry, dynamic binding. So this is also concept of polymorphism. So as we know that polymorphism is the ability of any interface or object to behave differently in different situations. So for method overriding, as we have already discussed, so method overriding it have the same method name, same parameter, but different implementation. See, in method overloading, we have same method with different parameters, but it will have same name with same parameters, right? Mainly it used for reusing into subclasses, guys. So I have to see here, I have defined a flight class and I have this very important example I have taken, guys. Let's see into the code. So here I have taken one name class like one second, guys. So, because I have taken, okay, I have taken this airport class for overriding. So I have created one main class airport and it will have main method public static void main, and here we are creating object of flight class that we have two types of flight, indigo and spicejet. So all object will be created by this flight class and we are calling here flight1 dot boarding. So here let's see, we will see the core logic, guys, how it is implemented. So here I have taken one flight class which will have boarding method, guys. This is the boarding method. Like it says that it is the super class, flight class. So it says that flight follow boarding process before takeoff. Before takeoff. So every flight will follow this process. So suppose we are creating another subclass Indigo. So Indigo here extending flight class and now it is overriding the same method, boarding method. Same method it is overriding in the subclass, but it will give their own implementation. This implementation is changed. This will give their own implementation that Indigo boarding will be started at 5 p.m. Likewise, I have created SpiceJet subclass that will also override this, like inherit this flight class, and it will override boarding method same from the super class, and it will give their own implementation that SpiceJet boarding will be started at 5:30 p.m. Hope this is clear, guys. So let's go to how it is calling. So here, like we have created flight class like flight1, flight class object flight1. It will create Indigo class object, and flight2. This is creating SpiceJet class object. Now we are calling boarding method from flight1 object, and we are calling boarding method from flight2 object. So flight1 boarding will return this Indigo boarding, and flight 2 will return this, sorry, this will return Indigo boarding for flight 1, and flight 2 will return this SpiceJet boarding details. So let's see running this code, guys. See here, so here it is showing the Indigo boarding will be started at 5 p.m. and SpiceJet boarding will be started at 5:30 p.m. guys. So this is the whole logic, guys, of overriding, but there are some more rules of overriding, like how covariant return type we use and how we use exception handling in overriding. Those also will be discussed in further videos. So let's going to next oops concept abstraction, guys. Sorry. So OOPS abstraction, this is also a very important concept in object-oriented principle, guys. So abstraction is the process of hiding the internal implementation details of an application and showing only the essential features of an object to the end user. So what is the purpose of this abstraction? To focus on what an application object does rather than how it does. So it will show only the functionality. It will not show how it is going to do that functionality. So I have just taken one suppose simple interface car and have given wide speed abstract method. So here car shows that you can increase speed by using speed method function, but how it will increase speed internally, it will be hidden from you. Likewise, guys, if we think in real time example, if we have any car, so we know only how to put the accelerator and it will increase the speed, but we don't know how internally it increase the speed. So internal function is hidden from the user, guys. So how it achieved in Java? So abstraction we can achieve through the abstract classes like abstract keyword and interfaces using interface keyword, guys. So from Java 8 plus like interface can have default and static methods as well. But earlier it was having purely like a abstract method only. So let's see using abstract class. An abstract class cannot be instantiated. So guys, this is the feature of abstract class. It cannot be instantiated. It can have abstract methods without implementation and concrete methods with implementation. So abstract class can have abstract methods as well as concrete method inside abstract class, guys. So every subclasses must implement all the abstract methods. So here I have taken one more example, guys. This is very important example for understanding abstract class. So we will explain into the code in IntelliJ, guys. So let's go into IntelliJ. So hope then it will be clear in better way. An abstract class and interface very important topics and concept, guys, for understanding the Java very well and for going for any interview. So there I have taken, yeah, abstract class car, right? Sorry. No, here I have taken abstract class flight as, guys. So let's see. So let's I will close all this. So yeah, guys. So I have taken this in different package for explaining properly, guys. So let's see the logic. So here I have creating in main class new airport. So this airport will be mainly containing the main method and the application will start from here and it will create the object, it will use the object of flight class on different flights like Indigo is SpiceJet for every flights it will use inside. So let's see how we have created this abstract class. Mainly first we have created this abstract class flight. So flight is the abstract class. It can have abstract method like abstract wide boarding. This will have boarding method. And another method it is having one non-abstract method like concrete method. It is having security check method. So all the passengers who have to like go for check. security check, like before boarding, they have to go for the security check. They have to show their government ID proof and they have to scan their luggage and electronic items. Right? So, because security check required for every flight, if you are going to fly with any flight like Indigo, SpiceJet, Vistara, or Jet Airways, any flight if you go, like Air India. So, but you have to go with this security check function for every flight. So that's why this they have given a concrete method or like implemented method. We can get this is a common for every subclasses which will be uh, which who will be extending this class flight guys. But boarding they have given abstract class so that in every class which will extend they can re-implement as per their comfort guys. So here if we say Indigo extends flight class and it is overriding boarding method. So it will give their boarding process. So they will give their own boarding process. Like Indigo boarding will be started at 5 p.m. Likewise, SpiceJet class. This SpiceJet flight also extends flight class and it is overriding boarding method. So it will give their own implementation process. Guys, SpiceJet boarding will be started at 6 p.m. But internally they will both have this security check method, guys. This functionality they will all internally it will use from flight class. So let's see how it is using these methods, guys, by running this piece of code. So in let's see in main method what they are doing guys. See we have created the object of Indigo class and we have created the object of SpiceJet flight and now we are calling the security check method from flight 1 and now we are calling the boarding method from flight 1 like for Indigo boarding and now we are calling the security check method for SpiceJet flight and now we are calling the boarding method for Indigo class guys, Indigo flight. So let's see how it is running. So here it is giving details like from Indigo flight. So like, all passengers have to show their government ID proof and they have to scan their electronic items. This is from security check method guys. And from Indigo it is returning that Indigo boarding will be started at 5 p.m. Likewise, SpiceJet flight, it will show that all passengers have to show their government ID proof and all passengers have to scan their electronic items and luggage and SpiceJet boarding will be started at 6 p.m. guys. So this was the main concept guys. I hope it will be clear your doubt how this concept, OOPS concept work. And if you implement this logic yourself, then you will be like able to understand in a better way, guys. So let's go to the next concept. So see, this was the concept of abstraction. So here, guys, in this abstraction, boarding is the abstract. It forces subclasses to define their own version. So every subclass, like every flight, will their own they have created for their flights. And security is a concrete. This is a shared implementation for every classes. For every flight, security check is common. They have to follow. So like this, it is abstracting, guys. Using interfaces, how we can achieve an abstraction using interfaces. So an abstraction is 100% abstract type, guys. till Java 7, but after Java 7 it can have concrete and default and static method. So from Java 8 it can have default and static methods with the implementation. Subclasses must implement all the abstract methods. So their subclass must implement all the abstract methods and provide their logic for abstract methods or implementation. So here I have given the this also like uh, very important example I have given, guys. So let's see this. Here, like car interface defines what like speed functionality, and BMW and Mercedes classes have their own implementation how it's done. So let us see into the code how I have implemented. So here I have implemented one class, guys. Main class is car showroom. So usually car showroom will use these classes like car, BMW and Mercedes. So it will call this object. First we will see car interface. I have defined one centralized interface like a car. It will have a speed method, abstract method. This is guys, and I have created one implementation class. This is BMW. BMW implements car, so it will override this method and it will give the implementation for the speed. Like BMW max speed can happen 300 km per hour. Likewise, I have created Mercedes-Benz class and that will implement the interface car and override this speed method. And now it will implement this method that Mercedes can have max speed of 250 km per hour. So internally, lot of things in real time it will happen. Just for understanding, I have implemented guys this basic. So here in main method, we are calling this object like we are creating car one equal to new BMW and car2 equal to new Mercedes Benz. Now I'm calling from car1 dot speed and now we are calling from car2 dot speed. So when see guys, the reference type are the same for both the objects. Like when we are creating car1 equal to BMW, this also it will store into car1 car type, but it will store into the in this will also will have the same type car object, but car type reference, but it will create the Mercedes Benz object, guys. So let's how we will see how it is getting implemented. See here, see BMW max speed is 300 kilometer per hour and Mercedes Benz max speed is 250 kilometer per hour, guys. Here, like user only know the concept of this, like only the method of the speed, like only they will know this, like BMW will have 300 kilometer per hour max speed, but internally how it is implemented, it is implemented into the actual BMW class, guys. Internal feature they don't know. So this is the internal. They will give only the this speed one functionality they will be provided. They will not be provided internal implementation. Also not required also for the user because it will be used for the internal development, guys. So this was the concept of abstraction, guys. So now coming to the last object-oriented concept, encapsulation, guys. So encapsulation means wrapping data and or variables and code methods into a single unit. So encapsulation is mainly wrapping the variables and methods together in a single unit, mainly in class it is wrapped variables and methods, and restricting access to some components and fields. Also, it will restrict the access of for the some fields, which are the some confidential or sensitive fields. So how it is achieved in Java? We can achieve encapsulation by declaring variables private, like private variables, and we can provide public getters and setter method, guys. So what is the main purpose of encapsulation? It is main purpose to protect the data and ensure controlled access using getters and setter method. So here we are using, like here I have declared one employee class which will have salary field private in salary, and we have provided getter and setter method for this salary. So here the internal data field salary is hidden from the direct access and is accessed modified via the controlled method only. We can directly, we can, because this is a private, so we cannot call outside this class. We can, if we want this salary, we can get via the get method, get salary, and we can, if we want to change anything, we can call by this set salary, guys. So let's see, I have developed some logic for this. So here I have developed one class, suppose company it is the main class having main method, and we have employee object class in this, and we have set the details of employee. So we have set, see here we have defined the employee class, and we have written the like private fields, private string name, private int salary, and we have given the setter and getter methods, guys, public setter and getter methods. So here we are creating object of employee class, and just we are setting the name and salary for the object, and now we are accessing and printing that, guys, employee detail. So let's run the what will be the output. So after running, we are getting the employee details. So like employee name Manoj and salary 50,000. Like this, we can set lot of any number of object, and we can like get all the employee details into this company class, guys. So I hope like this concept is clear. But still, if you guys have any doubt or any confusion about any topic on this OOPS concept, and if you want to like know into more detail, like how many types of inheritance are there, like uh, multiple inheritance or multi-level inheritance, so we can discuss later. And also, if you want anything about like method overloading and method overriding in depth, still we should know how to handle exception in method overriding case and method overloading case. That definitely I will come up with the next videos, guys. So thank you so much, guys. Hope you guys are enjoying learning Java coding, and thanks for watching so far. Have a nice day, guys.